portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Talented young performers from throughout the country were recognized today for their gifts in the performing arts during the E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival Awards ceremony at Government House.
Fern Carey tells us the participants were also treated to a special performance by two cultural icons.
From songs,
speak over yourself,
to dance,
it was a bright sunny day,
and dramatic speaking. Students from preschool to senior high received high honors for distinguishing themselves as the best in arts and entertainment in the country during the recent E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival. Youth Minister Daniel Johnson lauded the youngsters for their contributions while noting that culture is the bridge that connects every generation.
This exposure we're trying to get you guys involved in and showing you art and creativity is to get to look inside yourself and see who you are. And I guarantee you, as you look deeper and deeper, you're going to see some beautiful things.
And that cultural bridge was particularly evident in a special performance by cultural icons and drummers John Chippy Chipman, John Berkeley Penis Taylor, and young drummer Anthony Watson. The performance prompted Governor General His Excellency Sir Arthur Folkes to encourage students to preserve Bahamian culture.
But we should not adopt the negative aspects, the low end of other cultures, and mistakenly call it progress, while letting go of the enriching and positive aspects of our own culture. Listening to Rihanna and Beyonce is nice, but also listen to and appreciate Bahamian artists such as KB, An Ancient Man, and further back George Simonet and Blind Blake, as well as Bahamian musical forms such as Rake and Scrape.
Meantime, Queen's College received the prestigious Governor General's Award, while Grand Bahamas Walter Parker Primary secured the Most Outstanding School in Music Award. St. Francis and St. Joseph Primary School received the award for drama, Revere School of Excellence received the Most Outstanding School in Dance Award, and Doris Johnson High School got the Arts and Craft Award. Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
A local sorority has teamed up with a breast cancer group to educate the public on the implications of one of the leading causes of death amongst women in this country. The ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated partnered with the Bahamas Breast Cancer Initiative Foundation last night to host a forum called I'm a Survivor. More than 6 survivors got a chance to talk about their battle with the dreadful disease. Some vital information about the BRCA gene, testing, and tips for early detection and prevention were also shared at the event. 2-year breast cancer survivor and author of the book Candle in the Wind, Shireen Simonet, shared her breast cancer journey with us.
I was just doing a self-breast examination one night, decided to give myself a self-test, and I felt a small lump. I thought nothing of it because it was so tiny and it wasn't bothering me. It was painless. And so I ignored it for about 2 months. I decided to wait until my regular physical exam that I have every August, and that's when I went in to have it tested. By then, the lump had gotten a bit bigger and a bit harder, and I did the mammogram, and I had to wait 2 long weeks for those results. The stage I was at, after I got my results, I was at stage 2. I had lymph nodes involved. 10 lymph nodes were tested and 9 came back positive to be cancerous. But I did not panic. I remained positive and I decided to fight.
Well, the countdown is on to the 2013 holiday Junkanoo parades. The Junkanoo community got a financial push from the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence last night as they received the much-needed seed money to build those elaborate costumes. For the first time, the JCNP issued each category A group $8,000, $4,000 for the B groups, and $750,000 for the D division. That's $86,000 in total. JCNP Chairman Silbert Ferguson revealed that the organization plans to attract a large crowd for this year's New Year's Day parade. And with only weeks left before the parades begin, Mr. Ferguson is confident all Junkanoo groups are ready for the showdown on Bay.
I think everybody is ready to go. I think everybody's in the shop. Everybody is working. I think we have about 2 months in front of us Based on what I know in Junkanoo timetable, most of these groups are about 70 to 80% complete.
With the crime rate escalating in the country, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas and the Christian community are joining hands to address the problem head-on.
A gospel concert has been planned for Friday, December 6th at R.M. Bailey Park from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. The event is aimed at creating a sense of community and reducing crime in the country.
The concert will be aired live on radio and television.
And organizers of the event say the corporation is using its airwaves to restore hope for Bahamians.
As we are extremely concerned with the plight of our nation socially, especially as regards to crime. And so that's going to be the beginning of a number of things that we wish to do to impact our nation in a positive way and to try to combat the efforts of the enemy. We know our police force, headed by Commissioner Greenslade, they're doing their best. All of the security divisions are doing their best. But we believe that without divine intervention, we're destined to fail. And
I believe that, as pastors, we really need to be more concerned. And I always encourage my evangelism team to go out in the community. We need to get back to street meeting. We need to target the boys who think that they're bad. And I hope that they're listening to this interview. When I discover if you're bad, stand by yourself. Why you have to be in a gang?
We want the family islands to be involved, just like the Nassau people. If you can get your groups together, perhaps, at a location where you can see it on the big screen. ZNS have it on the screen. If you can do that and bring your groups together.
Now, organizers say the entire Christian community has been invited to participate. Performers at the concert include St. Francis Youth Choir, Bahamas Harvest Choir, and Tabernacle Concert Choir, among others. Christian Council President Reverend Ranford Patterson is expected to address the nation along with participation from other ministers. Commodore Roderick Bowe says morale of the Defense Force remains the same despite an ongoing trial stemming from the alleged abuse of Cuban detainees at the Carmichael Road Detention Center. Commodore Bowe says the status quo among Marines is continuing and those who did nothing shouldn't be concerned.
If I was to put a thermometer on it, I don't think there would be any rise or any lowering of the morale. I think the status quo has remained the same. Persons who have not done anything, have nothing to be concerned about, and that should not affect their morale.
Now, despite statements from some Marines that they don't have confidence in Mr. Bowe to support them at this time, he says he has a good understanding of his role. He continues to conduct his duties in accordance with the provisions of the Defense Force Act and will continue to operate within those parameters.
Procedures 1 and 2 deals with the parameters as to how the cases are addressed. Summary trials are very succinct and they're done very quickly. They should be done very quickly. However, the more serious of offenses are done under the Rules of Procedure 2, which are more lengthy and they require a bit more time.
Anglicans filled St. George's Anglican Church last evening to celebrate on the occasion of that church's 65th anniversary of dedication. Prime Minister the Right Honourable Perry Christie was on hand for the service.
I just want to be able to say on behalf of the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and in that capacity I end of being able to salute this church for its major contributions to the people of this area, and the original intention was more than accomplished by those who thought that St. Margaret's and St. George should be separated from St. Matthew's, and that we could, even beginning under the almond tree, or they call it the diddy tree, we could have reached this point this far.
Celebrations for the 65th anniversary also concluded last night with the commissioning of 3 new lay readers and chalice bearers to the Anglican faith. The Right Reverend Leish Boyd commissioned Evans Orlholm, Keith Bethel, and our very own Andrew Knowles. Andrew is the youngest person to be commissioned as lay reader at St. George's. Bishop Boyd said the men have proven their suitability to be elevated to this new ministry.
You are called upon to be persons who set a good example, persons who by your life and involvement indicate the importance of God through your commitment to your parish, and the persons who recognize that in every ministry God uses the minister to his honor and glory.
Attorney Ian Winder was sworn in as acting Supreme Court Justice at Government House yesterday. Governor General Sir Arthur Foulkes was on hand to present Winder with his instruments of appointment. At the top of his agenda is addressing the backlog of cases in the Supreme Court and increasing efficiency.
Play my part and assist the issues that we have in the court in terms of the backlog. And it's a temporary appointment, so I will do the best I can in the short time that I'm there.
Well, coming up in sports, more honors for Sir Arlington. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Charisma Robinson. The Bahamian government delegation in Dubai, headed by Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell, is on the way home. Minister Mitchell says the mission was successful. During the visit, the Bahamas pledged its support to Dubai for 2020 and the World Exposition. Ministers also had an opportunity to look at what facilities will be available for the expo. Minister of Tourism and Senior Policy Advisor to the Prime Minister Subaltern Bethel met with Emirates Airlines to discuss possible synergies with Bahamas Air and our tourism industry. In other business news, considering 10 companies that responded to the Ministry of Finance's expression of interest, the VAT implementation team has chosen DataTorque software as an integrated tax administration information system. DataTorque meets the criteria required of the Inter-American Development Bank in technical competence and cost, and appears to be the best solution to record tax compliance information. And in international business news, Japanese electronic giant Sony slashed its full-year profit forecast by 40% as it continues to struggle. It now expects to make a net profit of 30 billion yen or $305 million during the March 31, 2014 financial year, down from its earlier projection. The cut came as Sony said its loss in the July to September quarter widened by 25% from a year ago. One of the big drags on its earnings was its pictures division, which made a loss due to some high-profile flops. And that's your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Charisma Robinson.